All right, welcome in a Friday edition of the Daily Fix every single day at noon with Ron Hughley, presented by Foolish Club Media. The first thing I need you to do, just like every single day, is to like, subscribe, Foolish Club Media. Like, subscribe there. If you do not, no pressure. You are preventing my kids from eating. Just let you know. So like and subscribe right now. Daily Fix. You see Steve Serta in the box, and yes, it is live. And there's a half a bit of Jordan back there. So Jordan's back there. Half a bit of. Go ahead and wave to the people, Jordan. Go ahead and wave. There's Jordan. There's Jordan. He's waving in. It's a live. It's a live spot, baby. We got all hands on deck today. Hey, three things we get to as we do every day. Tonight's one of my favorite nights in sports. Favorite nights in sports. We'll get to that, as well as there's a player I think the Chiefs need to go ahead and get right now. Just after a little over a week of camp, I think there's a player they need to go and get. But third, I want to start here. Oh, the Raiders. Oh, the Raiders. What are they? Why would they do this? Why would the Raiders? They don't have anything going for them. They're just reaching at things, and I just so if you don't know, the Raiders have decided to come after the greatest player in the world today, and who is on his way to being the greatest player to ever play the game. Do you have these idiots? Do you have a video of these idiots, Serta? Do you have this? Let me
I'm
tell
here.
you.
I'm here. I'm here.
I don't know who number 37 is. I really don't. Maybe I should. I've
I
got no.
don't either. They don't have. They have a lot of roster turnover.
Yeah, I don't know who 37 is. And here is my thing, Steve. I am not bothered by that whatsoever. I don't even think it's sad. I'm going to tell you what I am bothered by. I hate the Raiders, and I hate the Raiders, Steve. Not because of silly this like this. This is just sad, but I hate the Raiders, Steve, for not allowing me to even give a damn about that. Like, I was growing up, just like I'm sure you're growing up. Marty Schottenheimer made it a thing to just absolutely despise the Raiders. I had me a Raider hater T-shirt. I really believed in Raider Week. Like, I was in the third grade, serious about Raider Week. I hated Tim Brown. Like, I didn't. When Napoleon Kaufman had that gruesome injury, it didn't really phase me at all. Like, I didn't. I didn't. I'm not saying
I
I
didn't
rooted.
really hate them growing up. Like
I'm
it
not
was
saying I rooted for
passionate.
it, but like, there was a passion to hate the Raiders. I have no passion to hate the Raiders because they have been so pathetic and they have been so bad. Like, now, most of my life, I'm 40 years old. Now that we get to most of my life, the Raiders have sucked. And I love, as a fan, having the rival to look forward to it. To look forward to Raider Week. It's Raider Week. It was different. I used to mean the guys would have you into it. I don't even care. Like, there are 15 teams. I care more about the Houston Texans than I care about the Raiders. I care more about the Buccaneers, and I don't even think we played them that much. The Raiders just have not given you a reason to care. Serta, seriously, the Chargers and the Broncos have passed up the Raiders of importance. Like, it used to be the whole rivalry. It's not a rivalry anymore. I don't even care. Like, I wish I cared more about Jamar Chase acting like he didn't know Patrick Mahomes or
Yeah.
refusing to say his name, because I actually care about the Bengal game. The Raiders have just not even held up their own to even make it a rival.
I feel
I
like
hate
they're trying. Like the victory lap around Arrowhead, like Max Crosby always like pushing Mahomes buttons, and then the win last year, like they're trying. They've just been a garbage franchise for too long.
Yeah, they're trying. I've tried a lot of things. I've tried to lose weight a bunch of times. I mean, like, I've only been successful a few times. So, like, get out of here. The Raiders. I just do something to make me care about this rivalry again. It's almost like Missouri. just just all it's just a Kansas fan. It's kind of like Missouri. They're on the edge. They're on the brink of just making me not give a damn completely about them. All right, now the stuff that really matters. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Steve. We're about what, a week, almost 2 weeks into camp, and the secondary has caught some injuries. This Justin Reed thing is interesting. Watson has been hurt. Not sure how long it is, but just still seeing it and understanding how much of a strength of this team that the secondary was last year. I mean, you talk about Sneed, you talk about McDuffie. McDuffie was a first team All American. Sneed, All American, first team All Pro. Sneed was the best corner in football, in my opinion, and a lot of others' opinion last year. And their safety play was really good. Mike Edwards able to come in. Brian Cook before he got injured. Like they were lock solid. Honestly, man, I think they need to go and make a call to get Stephon Gilmore. You tell me if I'm wrong, sir. That they have the money to go get a Stephon Gilmore, correct? They have a little
They
money.
definitely have cap space.
They have cap space to fit him in. He played pretty well against the Cowboys. Now he's not the guy he was in 2018 or 2017 when he was winning Defensive Player of the Year with the Patriots, but he is still a really solid corner that can give you production. Somebody I feel much more comfortable than Watson or Johnson or any of the other guys that they have out there that could potentially be a starting corner. And the other big thing for me, Steve, and I know I should get over this because L'Jarius Sneed proved this to be the case. There is something about having McDuffie, who played at an all-pro level in the slot, being able to play in the slot. There's something about having the ability to put him there where I know he cannot just be good, but he can be great in that space. And you go get a Gilmore, it gives Spags the luxury to be able to do that again. So to me, I know there's a lot of thought with a guy like Justin Simmons we talked about earlier this week, and I think that could be an addition because the safety situation. But to me, it's Gilmore. To me, it's Gilmore. I feel much more better about the cornerback, him as a corner coming in, and the ability to put McDuffie in an all-pro spot that we already know he could play at.
I don't disagree with you, but
It sounds like you
I
do,
also
Steve.
still, I
Balance.
also still want to see McDuffie on the outside. Like I want to see what he can do there if he plays there a majority of the time this season.
It's fair. It's fair, Steve. I listen. I'm gonna tell you, I was not all fired up about moving L'Jarius Sneed out of the slot when we saw everything he did from the slot. But then you moved him out there, and he was that dude. McDuffie's a little smaller. I'm just saying, it's just tough to see a guy playing an all-pro level in one space and then moving. All right. Finally, before we get out, tonight is opening ceremonies for the Olympics. I'm an Olympics guy, Steve. This is a bucket list for me, not just a sports bucket list. Like this is a real one. I get the feel I'm going to be in LA, and it's the Summer Olympics. I want to make sure I specify that. I mean, nothing against the Winter Olympics. I watched that too, but I mean, that's not what I'm talking about. The Summer Olympics is what I'm talking about. Bucket list. I got to get to it, and the U.S. team has made that proper decision by having LeBron James, the greatest American athlete of our time. Some, like myself, believe of all time. He is the flag bearer. Him and Coco Gauff, the male and female flag bearers of the opening ceremony, which is going to be an amazing. I've recorded it. I'm recording it just in case I miss anything, just in case the kids kind of keep me up and I have to miss it. I'm a big Olympics guy. Can I give you my top 5 events?
Sure.
It's my top 5 events. All right, I'm not a list person, but I got my top 5. Track, obviously. I mean, track is one that I get everything but the long running stuff. That stuff doesn't get me going. But
yeah,
track
it's got to be the quick races.
Yeah, the quick ones. I give you 200, but like that's the jumping. I love track. Basketball, obviously, men and women should be entertaining this year. I'm a big gymnastics guy. particularly the
I
women.
feel like everybody loves gymnastics.
Particularly, like this is the only time I watch it, but particularly the women. I'm a big gymnastics guy, and then swimming. Rowdy Gaines on the call. Him and Dan Hicks, Hannah Storm's husband. Him and Dan Hicks on the call. Like Rowdy Gaines. I've never seen anybody like you could put him up with anybody. Dick Vitale, anybody who is into their sport as much as he is into swimming. Like those Michael Phelps years, the Katie Ledecky, like Rowdy Gaines. I wait for the Olympics for him. I'm into swimming, and then for some reason that volleyball, and in particular the indoor volleyball. Some people really go to the sand volleyball, which is cool. Like I was a big Walsh fan, but the indoor, that guy who calls the volleyball too, he gets me too. I am locked and loaded.
I do like the sand volleyball is obviously fine, but the indoor and
oh my god,
because they got traction and they're moving around on the court.
yes. I learned names like a LeBaron, whatever that is. Like I learned. I really get geeked up about indoor volleyball, and that guy calls it, man. It is serious, and they really like. I usually revert to whatever time I changed my life to, whatever time. Like I was going through it in 08, Beijing. I just lived on Beijing time. I like flipped my life around, and I was up for the 3 o'clock in the morning basketball games in Beijing. I can't wait, baby. Shout out. You made the right decision by appointing LeBron as the flag bearer. This ought to be fun. Hi, Mom and Courtney.